You walk into a crowded place, and your body immediately starts looking for exits. Not because you're thinking about it, not because you're nervous. Your body just does. Your shoulders tighten. Your breathing becomes shallow. Your eyes start measuring distances. And before you even understand what's happening, your nervous system has already decided, this is not safe. Get out. You call it introversion, but let's be honest. If it were just a preference, your body would stay calm. It doesn't. It goes into defense mode. That's not personality, that's survival. Watch what you actually do in a crowd. You don't look around. You don't relax. You don't wander. You monitor. Who is too close? Who is behind you? Where the exits are? Where you can move if something happens? How to not be noticed? How to not be touched? You are not present. You are on guard. And here is the first uncomfortable truth. This has almost nothing to do with crowds. It has to do with overload. Your nervous system is taking in faces, voices, movements, smells, tension, emotions, not as background noise, as potential threat. While other people's brains filter most of this out, yours doesn't. So it treats every person around you as something that must be tracked. That's why after 30 minutes in a crowded place, you don't feel socially tired. You feel physically exhausted. Your brain just ran a marathon. Now here's the part nobody likes to hear. Very often, this system didn't become like this by accident. It learned something early. Closeness is unpredictable. Maybe your space was invaded. Maybe your boundaries didn't matter. Maybe you were overwhelmed, controlled, shamed, or emotionally flooded. Your mind may not remember. Your body does. So it created a simple rule. Too many people equals danger. And now look at what it does for you. It keeps exits in sight. It keeps your back protected. It keeps your movements free. It keeps you from being trapped. That's not a quirk. That's a protection pattern. But here's another layer. Crowds are not just overwhelming. They are identity-threatening. In a crowd, you are seen, evaluated, compared, absorbed. And if somewhere deep inside you are afraid of being judged, erased, or swallowed by others, your nervous system will fight that. Not with thoughts, with stress, with tension, with the urge to leave. That's why some people feel dizzy, irritated, empty, angry, or strangely disconnected after being around many people. It's not being antisocial, it's nervous system overload. Now comes the uncomfortable turn. Sometimes avoiding crowds is not about sensitivity. Sometimes it is about avoidance. Avoidance of unpredictability, emotional contact, being affected, being seen, losing control. Crowds are uncontrollable. And uncontrollable situations reveal exactly where you are still not safe inside yourself. And here is the part that hits hardest. If you feel relief when you leave crowded places, if your body relaxes only when you are finally alone, if human density feels like pressure, not like life, then maybe you're not just choosing peace. Maybe your nervous system is still hiding. But here's the paradox. People like you are often very observant, very sensitive to atmosphere, very aware of subtle changes, very easily overloaded. Your nervous system doesn't filter much. It absorbs everything. That is not weakness. That is a highly sensitive system. But a sensitive system in an unsafe world learns to shrink life, to narrow it, to choose only what feels manageable. And slowly, quietly, without noticing, your world becomes smaller, quieter, safer, but also poorer. And here is the real question. Do you avoid crowds because you truly love calm? Or because part of you is still afraid of losing control, losing boundaries, or losing yourself? When you leave busy places, are you choosing peace? Or are you choosing protection? Write in the comments, what do crowds take from you? Energy, control, or a sense of safety? Because sometimes we don't avoid noise. Sometimes we avoid the parts of ourselves that still don't feel safe among people.